The place was so cheap that I could afford to buy it. It was $8,500. It was 15 stalls. It made a certain amount of income per month, and I knew I could increase it. I was able to buy it $8,500 off some credit cards that I had. And those credit cards were 0% interest, and I managed to roll them over into introductory offers so that I had 18 months at 0% interest. And that's how I first got introduced to the storage business. Then I started to latch on to the idea that there might be a lot of other little facilities like this, and so I made plans to move forward. And that's when the marketing plan started. And the marketing plan was very simple. I went to my realtor and said, hey, how many little facilities are there like this around the lake? He says, I don't know, but let me find out. He went and came back with a list of about 75 people. And so I went and designed handwritten letter to these 75 people. And I wrote 75 letters to these people. And then I decided that was too much work. And I got into a handwritten font in a yellow letter kind of thing. And what I did was I wrote this letter to these people. I put them in the envelopes and I put them in stacks. Here's 75 for this month. Here's 75 letters for 6 months from now. Here's 75 letters for 12 months from now. Here's 75 letters for 18 months from now. And I did it for 7 years out. I made all the letters. I put them in the envelope. I did everything but put stamps on them because back then we didn't have forever stamps. So what would happen was when the time would come to drop another bundle, I would pick up a bundle out of my closet. I would go to the post office. I'd tell them to put the storage on it and mail it. Today we have forever stamps, so you could actually put stamps on all of these right now. The reason why I did it like that was I was enthusiastic and very engaged to market for these things today. But if I waited 6 months and had to write 75 letters and start from scratch, I would probably never do it because I'm a little ADD and on to the next thing. And by the time 6 months rolled around, it probably would have left my radar. I knew this was going to be a lucrative business if I could buy enough of them, and they were small enough I could do it. I could buy 15 units. I bought 25 units. I bought 34 units. I bought 26 units. I bought 50 units. These things were small enough I could get my arms around them as a broke bartender with a few credit cards. So while I was enthusiastic, I printed every letter, stuffed every envelope, and bundled them up so that it was so simple in the coming 7 years that every 6 months, all I had to do was pick up a bundle and walk to the post office. And I did. And I bought 14 facilities from those efforts over that 7 years. The first facilities was just 15. It's turned into 1,300 people, 1,300 doors that actually owe me about $100 a month on average. 1,300 times 100 is $130,000 a month. Now, I don't get to keep $130,000 because I got property taxes and I got insurance and I got some electrical bills for all these places and I got some maintenance, but I get to keep a ton of it. How many of you could live off $60,000, $70,000 a month? Raise your hand. Now, while your hand's up, why don't you hit that subscribe button, okay? Because we got a lot more to talk about than this. We got a whole year's worth of this to talk about. Everything, 24 years worth of experience, I'm going to try to unload over the next year in conversations just like this. So please subscribe, please hit like, and please share because I need your help. I'm not doing this for my health. I'm trying to help some people, but try to help me back if you can, sincerely. That's how I got my marketing done. And then we're going to talk about how I was able to do this with little to no money in my pocket. I've already given you some clues.